Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has over the years continued to make significant impact in propelling social and economic growth in communities. The recent increase of CDF allocation in the budget has been a catalyst in infrastructure development and the empowerment of the locals. Kitwe district on the Copperbelt has not been left out. In the 2022 budget, the 5 constituencies in Kitwe have recorded over 160 community projects. The pace of these projects is something to write home about.
As the Secretariat, the local authority for the city of Kitwe, we have 5 constituencies where we are administering this fund. And I think what we've noted generally is that this has come as a game changer. If you look at the components that are involved, generally, if you look at community projects, we've seen, I think, a lot of changes that have occurred because we have 160 projects that were already approved for all the 5 constituencies, of which over 60% of those have progressed very well. And I can actually indicate that about generally 30 to 40% of those nearing completion. Others are actually being handed over. We have a few that have actually been handed over to the various beneficiaries.
Established in 1975, the Kitwe City Council-run Buchi Youth Vocational Training Center is among the accredited institutions offering skills training through CDF.
I am really appreciated for this new Dawn government because without that, ganfe umuntu fe umbi gansheshe foundation mu society umbrabo because mabe fintu fe apsana bambyama guys ba paper fe shani fida so kurubali rwandi nista benefit sana efyo bobuteko bwashita pakati kamwe wana so napadicho I'm encouraging my fellow youths to apply this to CDF.
Before they introduced CDF, I was doing nothing, just sitting at home. But the time they introduced CDF, we start learning. We have benefited a lot in CDF. Yes, we are doing general hospitality. Yes, we know like baking, decor.
CDF for me, it has been a good thing that has come to me. I've learned a lot. I've learned about home management, how to do home, how to prepare a home, how to do decor, and I've learned about food and safety.
The administration here is elated.
The school has grown, the membership has increased from, we're having around maybe 70, 80, 90 students, but now we're talking about 300, 250 or so. So the school has really benefited and the numbers have increased, meaning that the lives of the youths have been transformed. A lot of youths out there had no jobs, they had nothing to do. Because just simply because one has dropped out in grade 7 or grade 9, they are not taken anywhere for any formal training.
Over 1,000 cooperatives and clubs in Kwacha, Nkana, Chimwemwe, Usakile and Kamfinsa constituencies have been empowered with grants and loans.
We've given about 1,100 various cooperatives within the 5 constituencies of Kitwe. So those have been empowered. So you can imagine those cooperatives with the various businesses that they are doing. It means that it is creating employment within the city. It is improving the food security at household level. And it is also basically just deterring people from getting into these other vices because now they have where they can fall to in terms of income. Again, if you look at the loans are payable we are actually administering through various banks.
Prior to the handing over of the empowerment funds, effective financial literacy is top on the council's agenda. Prudent utilization of funds by the clubs and cooperatives has been prioritized by the local authority. Firstly, for those that have obtained loans through CDF, what we're doing as a local authority is we have provided a platform for them to be able to get some literacy around finances. And the reason why this is happening is so they should be able to know how to manage their budgets and how to utilize their funds. Because, you know, when we talk about loans, these are monies that they need to pay back. So because they need to pay back these funds, it is very important that they know how to utilize these funds. But even to the people that have been given grants, you know, it should be seen that when they are given grants, now monies should not be shared. Say we are a cooperative of 10, and then maybe we receive 20,000 kwacha, then we decide, no, let's get 2,000 kwacha each, and what remains is what we pump into the business. No. The reason why CDF is there is to change their livelihoods, to make their livelihoods better. In Limaposa Ward, under Usakile Constituency, the Sawamaka Women's Club is a beneficiary of CDF under the 2022 budget. With a membership of 19, the club received a grant of 15,000 kwacha. They have since invested the money.
Tuletotera pafe obuteko buchitire kuli fo balesa wamaka pakutupela CDF nero batupele impia na tushitamu enkumba tushitemu enkumba eshirifo ishana kasheka sheka eshishibiri twashitiresha amafumo nokukwata na shikwata abana ero imo iri pabukuru imbi na yena tayira kwate fumo so ifo tuli abansansa pafe obuteko butwafuide. These men and women are under Mayo Multipurpose Cooperative who have also been empowered. They are now proud owners of 5 fish ponds. They recently harvested 83 kilograms of fish.
Fue tuleta shafie ubuteko kupitira muri ba kansera abatupere amaplani ya kulemba kwa kuchita kwa pride guarantee twali chita kwa pride guarantee kulingana na pali 45,000 lelo balisa tupera kwa inono kanshi impya batupere ko twashire twalisa shita sikeo tatwa kwete twashita kona net tatwa kwete ole ya shara twashita mwana ma fingerlings na feed tuleto tero buteko ngate buteko ngataturi ne tuli pali ino shita so pali ino shita pena tulefo chimwene tule imba fish pond na yambyuko tulefo afe yakuleka feso twalista kwa pride ya roni yakwatinga batupera roni tukashiteko waya tukachingirisheko kwali botuna motulia isabi songa twachingirisha ko waya ngashashara poshimbi tukapangeko na kashota kasumaka kwa training season tureikara mufirafi.
Limaposa Ward Councillor Lakson Filongwe is elated.
We have empowered a lot of cooperatives. Some of the cooperatives that engage themselves in fish farming and pig farming. So looking at the CDF, which has been increased from 1.6 to 28.7, it has helped my community to benefit from this. As you can carry the vision for the President HH, who want to empower the women, even the society, using CDF. For me, I'm appreciating the current government through the President HH for increasing the CDF.
Still in Wasakile constituency, Kumwetu Cooperative in Luto Ward is yet another shining example of community empowerment. In December last year, this cooperative received 15,000 kwacha from the CDF which they invested.
Tuletotera kubuteko fintu watu wafuilishe mkwai pakwamba watu pele 15 pin 15 pin twaisa sta mwenkumba shiri 7 mushiri 7 nkumba twasanga kwa tatu watenkumba shiri 100.
The local leadership is happy with government.
We just want to thank the government for number one, because this ward is a new ward and people were behind with development. But with the increase of CDF, we've seen now our people are benefiting. You can even just see from this cooperative Kumwetu, they have benefited, and it's not the only ones. We have many of them who have benefited. So for me as a councillor, I can just confirm that in the Roto Ward, we've seen the impact of CDF, and we just want to thank the government.
Infrastructure development has taken center stage in all the 5 constituencies in Kitwe. This has seen development in health, education, among others, being brought closer to the people. Patrick Kambita is Kitwe Town Clerk. A recent visit at Mukuba Primary School in Kamakonde Ward and Ankana constituency was a fruitful one. A 1x3 classroom block has successfully been constructed.
The allocation to constituency prior to 2021, I think, was about 1.6 million. Then you saw that in 2022 it moved from 1.6 to 25.7. This year we have 28.3, which is a huge increment. Now the difference is that some of the projects that we were able to see were taking 10 years to complete. We have schools that have been completed this year, and on record they were started way back in 2015, 2016. It's because the allocation was inadequate. So every year there was an allocation towards that project. This project that you were able to witness, which is now being completed, was started this year, 2023, and we are talking about January. Within three to 4 months, the project is ready for handover. And that's what we are seeing. With the increase in CDF, we are seeing accelerated development. The projects are started within the same year, they are completed and handed over to the community. So that is the kind of impact we're able to see. The 1.6 in 2021 is only accounting for one project. That's what we do for one particular project. That is actually an amount allocated to one single project. But this particular increase has actually enabled us to implement a number of projects each single year. So you can imagine implementing over 160 projects in 2022. By the time we get in the next 3 years, there should be no single, constituency lagging behind in terms of schools, clinics, and so forth.
Quality works as exhibited here is key in propelling the much-needed infrastructure development in the country.
The instructions to the contractors is very clear. When it comes to doing the jobs, the general workers that are employed to actually do the works, then skilled labor, must be within that particular locality. If you have a project in Chimwemwe, the unskilled labor must come from that same locality where the project is taking place. We are seeing a situation where the money is disbursed in that constituency and spent in that particular constituency to improve the livelihood of our people in those areas. So you discover that the residents have the benefits out of it, the unskilled labor, the general populace, the residents are getting a share of the CDF.
Kitwe Mayor Mpasamwaya applauds the increased CDF as it will see a number of community projects being completed in good time.
I appreciate the coming in of CDF in terms of the increment and its magnitude, because what it is doing is that it's answering to a lot of challenges in the district, be it education, health, drainages and the likes. So it's cutting across so many sectors. What has made me happy as a mayor is that residents are having their projects or challenges answered almost immediately. And particularly speaking about this school here at Mukuba Primary School in Kamakonde, is that they had challenges over classroom space. If you walk in some classrooms, you find that the ratio is just too much. Some are sitting on the floor. And I'm glad that the Director of Engineering and Planning thought it wise at the moment they engaged a contractor to construct the 1x3, they also considered procurement of desks. Of course, as mayor, I don't sit on the CDF committee. There could be a number of suggestions that we can put across, but over and above, the CDF has impacted the community as well.
The robust empowerment component is one the mayor is describing as a game changer in social and economic growth.
The communities who have the needed construction in terms of infrastructure, it would definitely add to a number of missing infrastructures that should have been there. Yeah, but what I'm expecting is that a number of challenges right at community level will be dealt with. Where they had needed, let's say, maternity wing, they would have sorted it out. So most of these items, such as construction of health posts, police posts, and classroom blocks, are being done. MPs in Kitwe are active on the ground on it. Councillors are active, WDCs and CDF committees are on it. One thing I'm also happy about is that at least the speed at which projects are being approved has been increased, because now that it's sitting at provincial local government level, at least the process is now faster, and we are offloading projects at a faster rate.
In Kamfinsa constituency, Mashula Health Post under CDF 2022 is a sigh of relief in the much desired health services here.
Tuletotela pali chichipatala batuletela kabili tuletotela kuliba kuchavumo ko twalea tabale tutamfya nomba ubushikutwale shupikwa pako batinga twalwalika pakuti tusendi umuntu tikula kuti chavuma tatwakwatana motoka twatotela pachipatala batuletela kuliba president.
This is what we call development. As you can see, since independence, Mashula had no clinic, has no health post, and these things has come now that if at all we can open this clinic, then Mashula community will benefit.
Chankalamo Health Post, still in Kamfinsa constituency, is another additional health post to bring health services closer to the citizenry.
Twaishire kuno kuchankalamo mu 2006 mu January. So twaikala kuno uwafya wale tukumia wachipatala tatwakwete kliniki nomba cheshuko twakwata kliniki.
At Mwambashi Primary School in Chimwemwe constituency, a fully fledged 1x4 classroom block has been constructed using CDF. The school has over the years been grappling with classroom deficit.
We need to thank government for introducing free education policy, and the increase in the CDF allocation adds a lot of value to free education, because more pupils are now enrolled in schools, and you find that because of the free education policy, a lot of pupils that want to come to school and the classes are not enough. So through CDF now, the building of extra classrooms is adding value to the pupils, so that we'll be able to see that we'll be seeing less pupils sitting on the floor, but we'll be seeing pupils sitting in classrooms. If you look at the way the classrooms have been built, and I think we are happy to see that local contractors are able to do this kind of infrastructure.
In Kwacha constituency, Kwacha Primary School has received 151 desks under CDF. Like many other schools, inadequate desks for learners has been a problem here.
CDF has had a lot of impact when it comes to educational sector. Under the 2022 budget and part of 2023, we've done a lot of distribution of desks. At first, we started with Riverside Extension, where we have distributed a total of 178 desks. And to that effect, we had a groundbreaking ceremony. And also, we had to distribute 161 desks again at Matete Primary School. Then from Matete, we also did 178 desks at Riverside Extension. Then Riverside Extension, we had to do 151 desks at Kwacha Primary School here, where I am standing. But suffice to say that we are also able to distribute desks to Mutende. Yeah, they were also 152 3-4 months ago. Here where we are, we have done 151. So the educational sector is receiving a lot of benefits through the CDF under 2022 and 2023. Very soon, after the projects have been unveiled for 2023, we are also going to do a lot of desks. We've been given, a deadline by the President Hakainde Hichilema, our able President of Zambia, that no pupil, no learner should sit on the floor by December 2023.
Kitwe District Commissioner Lawrence Mwanza and the civic leadership visited a number of selected projects in the 5 constituencies. His impression on the CDF projects is a positive one.
As you know, CDF is changing a lot of things here in terms of development. You can see this is development in progress. the coming of the New Dawn government and the free education, it came with challenges. Even when we talk about free education, it has to be quality education. We need to create space for the learners. You know, in Kitwe alone, almost half of the total student populace, they were in the communities, they were denied the chance of coming to school. But the policy encouraged a lot of people to come in school. You are talking about a population of about 163, 68 somewhere there, the total students in Kitwe. But as we are talking today, we've doubled that number, almost 200 plus, 267 or 80. So we needed infrastructure like this, and this can only be addressed through the CDF. So CDF is working well. Kitwe, we can say it's a construction site. Almost each and every ward, there's something taking place because of the CDF. So people, they've received CDF. It is us now, managers, and the people who are looking at this project to take ownership of these projects. And it's good that CDF is making the locals to make decisions. It is not the engineers from the councils making decisions that we needed to do a school here. It's the community themselves.
These projects are certainly poised to spark development to its heights.
So CDF, it's a plus, and it's also helping us. And look at all the contractors. These are Zambians, and for us to grow our GDP, we are encouraging people like our own suppliers. We're building capacity in our own people, and also it's addressing the issues of skills. There are people who are sponsored to do their skills, like bricklaying and everything, and they're an opportunity to come to do a class like this. And this is a local material that we're using. So we're expecting the years to come, the GDP of this country will grow.
In Mindolo Ward in Nkana Constituency, residents here were experiencing water blues for over 7 years. But with increased CDF, things are changing for the better. Nkana Water and Sanitation Company has worked on the water challenges in the area.
Na 10 years ya chepa. So nomba muli uno mwaka na tukwata amenshi fintu mule mona. Banu mayabaye mpi balusha pamaka kulanda na bankana. Kuno kumi ndolo ofuma mu 8th Street, mu 9th Street fika 14th Street na tukwata amenshi.
Nishtabala wami amenshi kwa natwale kwa ta problem sana. No kwa kutapa kwa leshu pato kwa ta fe shimaga mwali wafe mu 9th Street. Na munga mwasanga bengi naba yako kwa le bali mbi bakomela no komela beni. So ya leshu kwa sana. But through CDF out not kwa ta amenshi.
Conle Munji is in Nkana Constituency CDF chairperson.
In the first place, I would love to say thank you to the President for increasing CDF. Otherwise, when CDF was at 1.6, it wasn't easy to do projects in all constituencies in Zambia. CDF has got so much impact on our constituents. So far, we have done about 10 to 15 projects under 2022 and 2023 projects, even under 2021, sorry. During the under 2021 CDF, we had issues, especially in Mindolo, of water. The people of Mindolo have been experiencing water problems for almost 10 years. But when we had given about 200,000 kwacha to Nkana Water, things changed, and because Nkana Water asked for some money to replace some components that were stolen from the water meters.
With all these projects coming at huge costs, ownership of this infrastructure development remains key for all stakeholders.
These are facilities for your communities, facilities for your children, because they say, imiti kula empanga. These children that we see today, they'll grow up. One day they want to become presidents, they want to become ministers. So it starts from here. We are trying to make a good life for them. And communities must be part and parcel, because these are their projects after all. So let's not vandalize any installations that have been put in our cities. Let's make sure that they are sustained.